Art to me is a voice that needs time for it to find its way, the chance of saying something that it really matters through the way you can say it. It gave me a huge platform for people to resonate with who I am, the way I am. School drove me towards the arts, you know. It was something I found interesting during my secondary school, and I took on art. Not really like something I was really good at, but it was something that gave me life. After high school, I come out in the real world, learned how to use a sewing machine, started making some patchwork out of the chitenji scraps my mom used to have. It drove me to think outside the box. I started thinking about a brand, but I had to figure out like how do I execute what I want. I started thinking about design, incorporating African design into fashion itself and textile world. And yeah, I started thinking about the cultures we have, how unique they are. It has helped me understand the relevance of culture when it comes to creativity. The kind of art that I do is, I would term it as contemporary art. I try to, as much as to bridge the gap between the past and the present. Usually this is how I see it. The past and the present helps us look futuristic in a certain way. That when people see something they have seen, but they haven't really thought of it in that angle, they tend to think it's futuristic. I really work a lot with silhouettes and symbols because they have this hidden meaning, and actually not just hidden, but they have a lot of significance. It's like a dialect on its own. Things that have been direct tend to be not noticed, you know, whereas some things when they're discreet, when they're hidden, people take the initiative to understand what was this. And I think that's the value of art, that it adds the aesthetics to meaning. To me, symbolism is high value, you know, it's exclusive. The materials I choose have, I would say they speak to me in terms of how they really look, but also when you feel a material, there is how you would want it to feel on somebody else, right? The smoothness, the roughness, you know, the mixture of both. I source the fabrics based off what I would want to wear. That is the instinctual bit about me sourcing fabric. It's what I really take an eye on, and I feel it and I want it. It also adds to the uniqueness of if each person is having a one of one, right? Because yeah, it brings the whole agenda of, yeah, this is exclusive to me, it was made for me. EPEYONON it will still hold a dear place in my heart because of how much, even with me stepping outside the box, I had never stepped out of the box more than that. I recall talking about how this exhibition would bring a new wave of artists that haven't been put an eye on, who are doing things differently. I mean, people earlier on had seen me work with clothing. They had never seen Kevin work on art installations. And I recall people coming in the room and they are looking for clothes. Because they literally had seen me work with clothing for a very long time. That was very fulfilling in my way, that I exceeded my expectations when it came to experimenting. That's how much I stepped outside the box. It was fascinating for me to experiment in that way, and yeah, I'm glad that people loved. I learned a lot of things. One was collaboration. I think for the past few years, I used to work alone most of the times because of, how the whole art thing can be. You find yourself more to yourself more than anybody else. But I sitting with Rodney and Evans to talk about how forward can we move. Also taking on the management side of art, seeking opportunities, how to really stand out as an artist. All these things came in my mind because of the exhibition.